apart. Got the dog in me, all bite, no bark. One smell of blood, rip you apart. Got the dog in me, all bite, no bark. One smell of blood, rip you apart. Jumped off the porch into the water to swim with the sharks. Teeth so sharp, one smell of blood, rip you apart. Got the dog in me, all bite, no bark. One smell of blood, rip you apart. Got the dog in me, all bite, no bark. One smell of blood, rip you apart.
Come to the deep end, yeah, where it's dark. G-lock like a pit, but a wound like a shark. Black tips on the 5-7 looking like darts. We're not the same, you can tell us apart. Let me slow the flow down, come on, let's walk. Change the whole game, let's talk. Look at it now, then look at the start. Look at me now, so why would you start? Swing on me over bars, I slide on them, but this ain't a walk in the park. Catch him around shotgun in his will. I bet you I'm sawing it off. Nigga, I'm an Israelite and a gangster, so do not compare me to y'all. You can lose an ear over one of mine, compare me to Peter, that's all. The smaller you are, the farther you thrown. The bigger you are, the harder you fall. Listen for what? You ain't accomplished what you telling me to do. These niggas is off. I keep the commandments, you calling the law. It's written in stone, the hands of God. The 3, 5, 7, hold 9, and I'm still beating the
Jumped
odds.
off the porch into the water to swim with the sharks. Teeth so sharp, one smell of blood, rip you apart. Got the dog in me, all bite, no bark. One smell of blood, rip you apart. Got the dog in me, all bite, no bark. One smell of blood, rip you apart. Jumped off the porch into the water to swim with the sharks. Teeth so sharp, one smell of blood, rip you apart. Got the dog in me, all bite, no bark. One smell of blood, rip you apart. Got the dog in me, all bite, no bark. One smell of blood, rip you apart. We ain't had to step foot off the porch. When we had the ops outside the door, we just grabbed the pound and kinda asses down and they ain't come back no more. I ain't even want to sell crack no more. Fiends was calling back and forth. We was in too deep, I couldn't get no sleep. Fiends knocking at the door. I was out late night swimming with the great whites. Had to slang white just to get the pay right. On the block all night to the daylight. Thank the Lord out of the game cause it ain't right. You don't even know the half that I've been through. Hopefully you'll never ever had to. Street shit get nutty like cashews. It be your own damn niggas that'll blast you. Be you outside stiffer than a statue. They'll blast you like they never met you. That's how they do you. Treat you like they never even knew you. Put that metal through you like voodoo. Better keep your feet on land, that's the porch. We out in the street swimming in the deep end with the sharks. Jumped off the porch into the water to swim with the sharks. Teeth so sharp, one smell of blood, rip you apart. Got the dog in me, all bite, no bark. One smell of blood, rip you apart. Got the dog in me, all bite, no bark. One smell of blood, rip you apart. Jumped off the porch into the water to swim with the sharks. Teeth so sharp, one smell of blood, rip you apart. Got the dog in me, all bite, no bark. One smell of blood, rip you apart. Got the dog in me, all bite, no bark. One smell of blood, rip you apart.
Exactly what they want. Exactly what they want. I know exactly what they want. Exactly what they want. Just be patient. My name is my name, power and glory, I never change, loyalty remain the same, say what you mean, speak on my name, you go to war with me, we move the same, you think that it's for me, running the game, kicking the door with me, all through the pain, the snow, the rain, the ups and downs, my name did more for me, y'all keep the fame, I want the glory, been that nigga, bitches never ignored me, rich in spirit, little bitch can't afford me, day one static, fix it with a 4G, red beam on it, you think I'm recording, kick in front doors, you try to backdoor me, we are not a gang, bitch we an army, book a Dan, you know I don't tell stories. Keep it 100 in enlightenment, you niggas fake baby K name Adonis, mini Drake, clip curl, but somehow I can shoot it straight. Insta clip, I can shoot for a minute straight. Turn this to the Super Bowl if I need to. I can hit your chief up with an eagle. Set you up on the score, but they lied to you. Why you letting them niggas mislead you? My name is my name, power and glory, I never change. Stand on loyalty, remain the same. Say what you mean, speak on my name, you go to war with me. We move the same, you think that it's for me. Running the game, kicking the door with me, all through the pain, the snow, the rain, the ups and downs. My name did more for me. My name is my name, power and glory, I never change. Stand on loyalty, remain the same. Say what you mean, speak on my name, you go to war with me. We move the same, you think that it's for me. Running the game, kicking the door with me, all through the pain, the snow, the rain, the ups and downs. My name did more for me. You won't see it coming, I move like a crook, a thief in the night, so watch what you put. My aim precise, these bullets 12 inches long, a block away I could take off the foot. Don't ask me no questions if you know my stance, bitch I'm the man, so thanks in advance. They mean a rifle on top of a tripod, if they ever tell you I was taking a stand. Think I run up on me, but I'm way too advanced. Spinning with choppers, turn you into a fan. Can show you the steps, but won't hold your hands. They thought they could stop me, it ain't go as planned. How I get this far? Cause I took a chance. Really got ranked, keeping it a band. This ain't what you think, better think again. This ain't what you think, you better think again. My name is my name, power and glory, I never change. Stand on loyalty, remain the same. Say what you mean, speak on on my name, you go to war with me. We move the same, you think that it's for me. Running the game, kicking the door with me. All through the pain, the snow, the rain, the ups and downs. My name, they more for me. My name is my name, power and glory. I never change, stand on loyalty, remain the same. Say what you mean, speak on my name, you go to war with me. We move the same, you think that it's for me. Running the game, kicking the door with me. All through the pain, the snow, the rain, the ups and downs. My name, they more for me. Went to war with the real, the fake, the snake, the mobsters. Blame it on y'all, y'all created this monster. Went to war with the real, the fake, the snake, the mobsters. Blame it on y'all, y'all created this monster. Went to war with the real, the fake, the snake, the mobsters. Blame it on y'all, y'all created this monster. Went to war with the real, the fake, the snake, the mobsters. Blame it on y'all, y'all created this monster.
Really that nigga, truth be told, I'm a noble figure. Local niggas, they be so offended. One less word, this global business.
Hold on, let me ask y'all a question. All y'all niggas in the same school and all that?
Hell, fuck yeah.
So none of y'all niggas smoke weed?
Fuck no.
Don't fold if you say you win it. I was molded to it, now I'm in it. Can't control, this the highest limit. Killer shit, but this an honest living. Gotta get it, ain't no time for wishing. The time is now, better pay it. In my city, you can feel the tension. A terror squad, no pun intended. This ain't for you, but I recommend it. They know we declare the interest. Shit get deep, but I keep digging. This how I look when you keep winning. Overtime, I had to take the hint. Shine bright, sit behind the tents. One-on-one, I ain't in the mix. Ain't what you thought, better glimpse. Came up from a pedal bike. Pressing brakes, I ain't never like. Whole time, I was taking risks. They don't play with me, cause they know I'm going nice. Round form, I ain't even started. Transform, I ain't here to ball and watch. Better move with caution. Chains on me, I don't do this often. This shit flawless. Reach for it, you become a target. It ain't worth it, better keep walking. All I know is level. All this fashion is tribal. Want the head of my ride, it's about to go viral. Say the word, then it's fine, though. To get the moving like pronto. I'm just living my title. Do this shit with my eyes closed. All I know is survival. All this survival. Want the head of my rival, it's about to go viral. Say the word, then it's fine, no. Get the moving like pronto. I'm just living my title. Do this shit with my eyes closed. Don't wanna hear all that street shit. Me and my niggas on defense. Wonder who I was in my past life. Don't even matter, that peep this. Remember the days when I was a trooper. Stay on the path and it won't confuse you. I'm the one to do it. Long ace like a flight maneuver. Try to trick me, I ain't never moving. Camouflage, I can blend into it. They better ride, I don't do the Ubers. Let them talk, I don't hear the rumors. A little suffer ain't really nothing. The way I play the trumpet. You see me coming, better get the running. If they see me coming, better get the running. You ain't never seen it, you ain't never witnessed, you ain't never know. This was in the making. Use what I got, not in the waste. Rapping and singing, could never drink it, but I'm from the bottom, so I gotta make it. This ain't rapping, it's a damn warning. Late night to the early morning.
Shalom, shalom, shalom. This is Priest and Officer of 1,000 Recall RER hitting you up out of the Israelite School of Universal and Practical Knowledge. Start out of 1 West 125th Street, Harlem, New York, under Commander General Yahan. And what we do is we teach the Black, Hispanic, and Native people that they are God's true and only chosen people. And with being God's true and only chosen people comes with a set of responsibilities. Those responsibilities for us to take care of each other, look out for each other. You know what I'm saying? That is the root of it all. The root of it all is brotherhood. That is the root of it. You know what I'm saying? And once we get that, everything else falls into place. Once we start taking our love from our enemies and start loving each other, that's when things will start going right for us as a whole. You know what I'm saying? So I'm going to open up the class to any questions. If you have any questions right now, just type them in the chat. Type in your questions in the chat. Of course, you could ask questions throughout the whole class. You know what I'm saying? I ain't limiting y'all to this moment. But y'all can ask questions throughout the whole class. You know what I'm saying? Also sharing like the class. You know what I'm saying? In the city of Boston, you know, and all of New England in general, we have classes Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. I'm going to extend them soon. But we have classes Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday, right? And within those 3 days, we start at 7. And we end around, well, when the lesson is pretty much over, between 8:30 and 9, right? And we also have the Mic Check podcast, Mic Check 1212. We have that every Saturday around 7 to 8 p.m. to till we feel like it. You know what I'm saying? And that's usually on TikTok. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes I do streaming on the YouTube. But like, share, subscribe to this YouTube channel because the work that we're doing is absolutely a necessary thing for our people to grow and get out of this situation. In the city of Boston, I think on Saturday, on that very, very cold Saturday, I'm talking about negative, no, it wasn't negative, it was about 12 degrees in Boston. It was cold, there was snow, and people still decide to come together to beg and argue with our oppressor over reparations. There's a group in Boston that is telling the city of Boston, not the country of the United States, no, the city of Boston, that it owes the black people of Boston $15 billion in reparations. $15 billion. That is straight up and down begging. Know why they want this reparations? Because they think this reparation could help, you know what I'm saying, return us back to Black Wall Street. They think that these reparations could, you know, help our economy and help black people in general, but it won't. Reparations will not do anything for us. Reparations would just tie us closer to our enemy. See, if you want to get back to Black Wall Street, first thing you got to do is do it the same way Black Wall Street was built on in the first place. You got to understand the principles of the people that started Black Wall Street, the principles of people that started Seneca Village, that started Rosewood, that started so many black communities. They had a very important principle that we seem to lack today. If you know what that principle is, type it in. What is the principle that we are lacking today that we had back then before Black Wall Street started? Before Rosewood, before Seneca? What were the principles that we had back then? Let me tell you what the principles were. Simple. Brotherhood. We looked out for each other. We had no choice. We had absolutely no choice but to depend on each other. And now, you know, due to people like Martin Luther King, we have the option to depend on our enemy. That's why we vote. We vote because we depend on our enemy to solve our issues. We vote so we can hopefully get one of those enemies to give us reparations. And it will never happen. And it will never work. You know what I'm saying? Since there's no classes, since there's no questions, I'm assuming y'all know everything. And remember, this is an interactive class. You know what I'm saying? This is an interactive class. So here's the first thing I need y'all to realize. I want y'all to ask yourself, what is brotherhood? What does it mean to you? What does it mean to you? I want to give y'all a few seconds to think about it. What exactly is brotherhood? Because it is a principle that our people once had. Brotherhood is a principle that literally built Black Wall Street. Brotherhood is a principle that literally built every Black neighborhood and city that we had before our oppressors burned them and tore them down, and before we neglected them in turns to go to our oppressors, you know what I'm saying, businesses and stuff. We chose our oppressor over our own. We left brotherhood behind. So as y'all, hopefully y'all come up with a thought, a notion on what brotherhood means to you, what brotherhood is. We're going to go to the dictionary, and I'm going to show you how brotherhood is defined, okay? All right, if you're there, read along with me. Brotherhood. Noun. Definition 1, the quality or state in brothers. Fellowship, alliance. 3, an association, such as a labor union or monastic society for a particular purpose. That's an interesting one. That means y'all have a single mind state, a single purpose. Y'all move together as one mind and one body. The whole body of persons engaged in a business or profession. You know what I'm saying? Like when you're an employee, you know what I'm saying, you're part of, I don't know, whatever your job is, brotherhood. Because y'all have a set mindset and a set cause and a set goal, and y'all working together to hit that goal. That's what the definition of brotherhood is, according to the Merriam-Webster Dictionary. And I say it's a pretty accurate definition. But let's get into some scripture. Let's go to 1 John. If you got your book with you, I ain't even started on TikTok yet. My bad. And if you got it on TikTok, you got your Bible with you, let's go to 1 John 4:20. I'm going to type it in the chat so you'll be able to take these notes. 1 John 4:20. I'm even going to do you a solid. I'm going to put it on the screen. All right. Now, these are milk scriptures. I'm going to keep it real milky today. I'm going to keep it real milky, easy to digest. I ain't going to get too deep. I ain't going to have brothers and sisters out there choking on things that they can't handle. You know what I'm saying? But if you're there, read along. 1 John chapter 4, verse 20. If a man say, I love God, and hateth his brother, he is a liar. Understand this. Everybody likes to say they love God. Christians say it all the time. Christians say they love God. But what are Christians doing? Keep the focus on the Christians in your direct vicinity, in your neighborhood. What do Christians do? I'm going to give you a second to think about it, and I'm going to tell you what I know of Christians to do. Christians don't have brotherhood. The pastor is sleeping with all types of parishioners, women. You know what I'm saying? The pastor's probably sleeping with your children. The choir director, he's a flamer. You know what I'm saying? He's straight up waving that rainbow flag. You know what I'm saying? Having absolutely no brotherhood. You know what I'm saying? They break the laws of God all the time, which is a direct hit towards brotherhood. Right after church every Sunday, they having all types of pork, swine, crab, shrimp, lobster, right in the church. Right in the church. So Christians, they say they love God. They profess it with their mouths. But the truth is they don't. They don't. Know why they don't? Because they don't love their own people. Christians will straight up tell their people that it's okay to eat pork, crab, shrimp, and lobster. They would tell people's women that if you're not happy, you should leave that man. You should go find your happiness. Go find your soulmate. So they are promoting divorce, which is against scripture. You know what I'm saying? Christianity is a vile thing. It is straight up and down vile. And it promotes all types of wickedness amongst black people, amongst Hispanic people, amongst Native people. So there's no brotherhood here. So they can't love God. Know why? Because the scripture says, if a man says, I love God and hateth his brother, he is a liar. Christians, think about your grandma. Think about how your grandma talked about black people. You know what I'm saying? Your grandma probably said all the worst things, the nappy-headed little girl, or, you know what I'm saying? Look at that dark skin. You know, so I ain't gonna front. Some of my grandmas, they would have been some great members of the KKK. They would have been some great members, the way they talked about their own people. You know what I'm saying? So they profess and they say with their mouth that they love God. But the truth is they hate their brothers. Let's continue. He is a liar. Guess what? Your grandma was a liar. Your pastor's a liar. You know what I'm saying? Your mama, your daddy, your uncles, your aunties. You know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna just leave it at Christianity, but Islam too. If you practice Islam, you hate black people too. So everybody likes to say they love God, but the truth is they don't. If you hate your own people, you do not love God. If you got an issue with your own people, you do not love God. Period. Let's continue. For he that loveth not his brother whom he hath seen, like you know that man. You know what I'm saying? A lot of Christians would tell a poor person to get a job. A brother that's begging for change, they would tell him to get a job. But like it says, for he that loveth not his brother whom he hath seen, you know what this man's going through. You know his struggles. You probably have the same struggles yourself. You're probably going through the same things yourself. You know what I'm saying? It's no different. We're all in the same boat. That's why brotherhood is a necessity. We're all going through the same thing. Because you got a little bit more money than somebody makes you think that you're better. That's that privileged thinking of our oppressor. And that's what our oppressor have shown you, taught you. You know what I'm saying? That's how they've shown you to hate on your own. You know what I'm saying? They put classism in a people where classism never existed. You know what I'm saying? They've always been rank and order, but there's never been classism. Well, let's continue. For he that loveth not his brother whom he hath seen, how can he love God whom he have not seen? How can you love God? You don't know nothing about God. Your Christian pastor knows nothing about God. That's why they do all the wickedness and evilness that they do. Your mama knows nothing. Your grandma knows nothing. No, they don't know nothing. And yet, they all say they know God. And God knows their heart. And You know what I'm saying? They got a personal relationship with God, which is borderline rainbow flaggish. That is a rainbow flag quote. Have a personal relationship with God. No, you don't. God don't want to know you because he already knows you. And he knows your heart is wicked. He knows everything that you do is just disgusting. You can't even fight your own demons, and you want to say that you know God. Stop it. But let's continue. And this commandment have we from him, that he that loveth God love his brother also. That is a commandment from God, because it makes perfect sense, right? If you're going to love God, you got to love your brothers. You got to love your sisters. You got to put in that work and take care of each other. You know what I'm saying? Oh, man. Let's drop that. Let's get Leviticus. Hold on. Do I want to get that one? Yeah, let's get Leviticus 19 and 17. If you have any questions, y'all can type them on in. Even if you got a little smoke on your mind. You know what I'm saying? We clear out smoke. But let's get with it. Leviticus chapter 19, verse 17. Thou shalt not hate thy brother in thine heart. It's very cut, clear, and dry. We literally should not be doing it. This is Leviticus. This is the book of the laws. We should not be hating our brother in our own heart. Why shouldn't we be hating our brothers? That's a simple question. Why should we not hate our brothers? I got the answer for you. Because God says so. We're supposed to be looking out and take care of each other. That's the whole point of the law in the first place. It's for us to look out and take care of each other. You know what I'm saying? But let's continue. Thou shalt in any wise rebuke thy neighbor and not suffer sin upon him. And that's what love is. You know what I'm saying? If you was in my Valentine's Day class, we went over that. I talked about what love is, and love is the law. Love is following the law. Now here it says, thou shalt in any wise rebuke thy neighbor and not suffer sin upon him, because that's love. What is rebuke? Rebuke is literally correcting, chastising. That's what rebuke is. And why should you do that to your neighbor? Nowadays, you start telling somebody about their flaws and what they're doing wrong, it usually ends up in World War III, just in somebody's front lawn. That's what it usually is. It's World War III in somebody's front lawn. You literally you can't tell somebody that eating pork is a sin. You shouldn't be doing that. You get into a whole war about that. You can't tell people interracial relationships is a sin. You go through a whole war about that. You can't tell people smoking weed is a sin. You go through a whole war about that. But that's what you literally have to do. That's what we in the ISUPK is doing right now. Tomorrow is the law class, and I'm going to be going over laws. I'm going to be trying the whole time convict people's spirits and making them understand what they're doing is wrong. The law that they are breaking is what's going to lead to their downfall. So if you love your brothers, you do not want to see him go into the hands of God and be dealt with in the way God deals with people, which is not all sunshine and rainbows. It's definitely, rarely, kisses and hugs. The Most High deals with people, he's going to deal with them harshly. He's going to deal with them so harshly that it might kill them if they lucky. If they lucky, they would die. So you don't want your brother falling into the hands of another person. I mean, of God. You don't want your brother falling into the hands of God, because that would take his life. Let's continue. Thou shalt not hate thy brother in thine heart. Thou shalt in any wise rebuke thy neighbor and not suffer sin upon him. You know he's doing something wrong. You cannot let him continue in that sin. You won't suffer sin upon him. You got to convict him. You got to let him know that what he's doing is wrong and foul. And you just got to show him that there's a better way. You know what I'm saying? You got to show him that there's a better way. You know what I'm saying? Let's continue with it. Let's get Matthew 25 and 40. Matthew 25 and 40. Let me type that on the screen. Oh, I ain't typing nothing. Matthew 25, 40. Matthew chapter 25, verse 40. Oh yeah, if you're on what's the name? TikTok, come over to YouTube if you want to see the scriptures that I'm posting. I type them down and I have them posted on the screen too. Put on, please show a scripture that says smoking is a sin. What script you have to show smoking sin? All right, that's not the subject of the class, but give me a sec. All right, the brother wants to know if it's a brother. I don't know. It might be a brother. I don't know. You know, my vision ain't what it used to be. The brother wants to know the scripture on smoking is a sin, right? So I'm going to try to find it real quick. Memory ain't quite what it used to be. All right. I believe it's Proverbs 16 and 26. Hold on. Bear with me, y'all. I'm catching a cold. Proverbs 16 and 26. Actually, it's 27. But you can start at 26. All right. But now we're going to start at 27. Get straight to the point for the brother. Proverbs 16, verse 27. An ungodly man diggeth up evil. All right. Now keep this all in your head. An ungodly man, he's going to dig up evil, right? P. And in his lips there is a burning fire. How is fire burning in your lips? You know, when you roll that like that, that's that fire burning between your lips. You know what I'm saying? And if that one don't get you, because if you have an addiction, usually one ain't gonna do it. Let's get Ecclesiasticus 38 and 4. You probably don't have that. $38 and 4. Ecclesiasticus is a book in the Apocrypha, which is a set of books that the Catholic Church took out that approximately covers the Greek age. You know what I'm saying? Greek was a major time period in the world, but if you read the Bible as y'all have it, that whole era is missing. You know what I'm saying? So let's get it. This is the scripture that a lot of people would like to bring up, but let's get it. The Lord hath created medicines out of the earth, and he that is wise will not abhor them. It's a good thing not to hate medicines, right? But what does medicines do? Medicines cure you of your ailment or your ailment. Medicine is supposed to solve your problems. Why do you keep on smoking? That means it's not working. The medicine that it's doing is not doing it. You know what I'm saying? Your problem does not get solved. No, why? Because you're not really smoking it for any medical uses. You're really smoking it just to have a temporary detachment from reality. You just want a detachment from reality. That's the real reason why you're smoking. You know what I'm saying? And that's our problem. You know what I'm saying? That's our problem with the world. We always want to get high. And getting high never actually solves the problem, always creates more. You know what I'm saying? Let's get one more. Let's get on Ezekiel 47 and 12. Ezekiel 47 and 12. Yeah. Okay, this is one here. All right. And by the river upon the bank thereof, on this side and on that side, shall grow all trees for meat, whose leaf shall not fade, nor shall the fruit thereof be consumed. Like, this is another scripture that they like to use to make it seem as if it's okay to smoke. But it says these what it say? It said these trees for meat. What does that mean, trees for meat? That means you are chewing them and consuming them, right? You are consuming them for nourishment. You know what I'm saying? So that's what you got to remember. You are consuming it, right? For nourishment. Let's continue. Whose leaf shall not fade, neither shall the fruit thereof be consumed. It shall bring new fruit according to his months, because their waters they issued out of the sanctuary, and the fruit thereof shall be for meat, and the leaf thereof for medicine. You know what I'm saying? Like I was saying before, if it's a medicine, if you need to take it for health reasons, go ahead. But you don't have to smoke it. You don't have to, inhale the fumes. What you don't understand is smoking is something that literally kills you. You're killing yourself slowly. If you really need it for medicine, is smoking it the only way to consume it? No. Just that smoking just helps you get high. That's why you rather smoke it, because you rather get high than get healed. You know what I'm saying? That's the truth of the matter. Yeah, burning frankincense and myrrh, cinnamon, and cannabis is in the Bible. And you're right. Burning it, not smoking it. And the cannabis with the strange smell that got people killed. In fact, 2 people killed for burning cannabis in the temple. But yeah, burning it, not smoking it. You see the difference? Burning, you're inhaling. You're putting it into your body. And usually whatever comes in your body is supposed to have a way out. If you eat, you defecate. If you drink, you urinate. If you smoke, how does it escape your body? It doesn't. It does not escape your body. You know what I'm saying? That's the bottom line. No, it was not cannabis. Oh, you can believe what you want, bro. If your addiction to cannabis is that strong, so be it. If you got this plant beating you down on that point, that's on you. I'm telling you, it's a sin to get high. If you need it for medicine, so be it. But it's a sin, literally, to get high. But if your addictions is that strong and you can't beat that plant, you just got that plant smacking you up and down and you ain't strong enough to overcome it, well, that's what we're here for. That's what brotherhood exists for. You know what I'm saying? Like I gave you 3 scriptures. Broke them down pretty clear. Yes, it's age restriction. I got an age restriction warning. I thought all my joints were age restricted anyway. So that's on you. You know what I'm saying? That's on you. You know what I'm saying? So let's get back to where was I at? I got Matthew 25 and 40, right? Did I read that one? I don't think I did. Matthew chapter 25, verse 40. And the king shall answer and say unto them, Verily, I say unto you, inasmuch as ye have done it unto one of the least of these, my brethren, ye have done it unto me. Like, this is the scripture that really goes against man pleasing. It really goes against people. It goes against bullying. It goes against a lot of things. This is one of the scriptures that's supposed to keep that brotherhood tight. Because Christ is speaking to his disciples. And he said, whatever you have done to the least of my brother, who is his brother? His brethren is his disciples. The disciples are his brother. He's talking about to the least of them, like to the brother on the lowest of the rank. To the brother that's on the lowest and the bottom of the totem pole. Whatever you have done to him, you have done to me. I don't know if y'all remember, but that's how it was. Your parents used to tell you, man, at least mine did. I ain't going to say what your parents did, but at least what mine did. If one of us got to a fight, we all get into a fight. And that's what Christ is basically saying right here. What you've done to him, you are doing to me. You offend him, you are offending me. You tell him that he needs to go get a job, you're telling me I need to go get a job. That's what y'all saying to y'all Jesus. Ain't that what Christians say? Not my Jesus. Yeah. That's what you're doing to your Jesus right there. You're straight up and down just being disrespectful. And brotherhood is that weapon that is needed. So Christ is showing you straight up and down that brotherhood is what's needed to build up a Black Wall Street, to build up a nation, to build up a kingdom, to conquer the world. That's what's needed to conquer the world. I mean, if you look at it, the issues, the imitators, the issues, that's what I call them. I call them issues. Because they're not Jew, they're ish, ease. You know what I'm saying? And those people stolen our records, and they don't even follow it to a key. But the little that they do follow got them where they are today. And what are those things that they follow? They definitely follow being separated from the rest of the world. They're not like everybody else. I don't know what city you're in, but in Boston, Brighton is a mainly Jewish area, right? And in Brighton, they got their own police. You know what I'm saying? They had their own police to the point that I thought that Brighton was not a part of Boston at all. Remember, I'm not originally from Boston. I'm originally from Springfield. So I come here, I see this, like, this is Boston. Why they got their own, why they said Brighton police? Like, why they got that? Just to find out that Brighton police is actually a Jewish police department where they get to police their own. They got their own ambulances. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if you remember, but in the 80s, there was darn near a riot because a Jewish man ran over a little kid and killed him, and the ambulance came and got the issue. The ambulance got the issue and left the kid there to die. That's how we're supposed to be. Just that we're not cruel like them. We have more compassion than they are. That's why we're more fit to rule this planet. You know what I'm saying? That's why we're more fit. But they do got something right. They do love each other over everybody else. They put themselves over everybody else. And that's what we're supposed to do. We're not supposed to be wanting to go to Ruth Chris over the black woman's restaurant. You got this black woman up by the seaport who got a nice restaurant. Why can't we go there? Why should we go to Ruth Chris when we can go there? And that's the type of world that we're living in, the way it's supposed to be. You know what I'm saying? Straight up and down like that. We don't need to be giving them our attention, our love, and our money and our finances. No. We need to funnel it in and focus on each other. And that's how you return to Black Wall Street. That's how you get that black love and success that we once had back, is by having brotherhood. You know what I'm saying? But let's drop that. Let's get John 13-34. John chapter 13, verse 34. Let me type it in and get it up in the class. All right, if you're there, read along with me, all right? If you're there, read along with me. John chapter 13, verse 34. Should I start above it? No, let's stick it there. A new commandment I give unto you, that ye love one another. I know y'all wondering why is it called a new commandment when I read something in the old commandment that said the same thing. Well, let me tell you something. Just like then and just like now, us black people loving each other is a very strange thing. It is very strange. We do not understand it. We do not know what they're talking about. Black people love black people. That's wild. You know what I'm saying? We out there on the street corners talking about black love, black people loving black people. We get in all types of arguments against it, mainly from black people. Don't speak on interracial relationships. We get the hatred and the anger from our own people because it's strange. Us as black people, we feel like we're so compassionate that we feel like it's actually possible to love everybody. And it's impossible. And if you really do believe that you should love everybody, I'm going to tell you, you got low standards of your love. You need to be more choosy about who you love because your standards are low. You can't love everybody. You can't love the victim and the perp. You can't love the raped and the rapist. You can't love the slave and the master. You can't love everybody. You can't. So you actually got to pick a side. You got to actually assess your own standards on how you should love. You know what I'm saying? So a new commandment I give unto you, that ye love one another. That was strange, but that's literally a commandment. That's literally a law. You know what I'm saying? I read it in the Old Testament earlier. It's still a law, even in the New Testament, because I know against your Christian pastor's beliefs. You like to believe that the Old Testament is null and void, but it is not. What you think Christ was teaching out of? Christ was not teaching out of no new command, no new Testament. He was teaching straight out the Old. He was teaching straight out the family records, just to show you that love is in the law. Us loving each other it basically is the law. Us loving each other is the law, straight up and down. You know what I'm saying? Let's continue. As I have loved you, that ye also love one another. Okay, now you have to go in your mind and try to assess, how did Christ actually love us? Go into your full Christian mode. What would a Christian say? Why did Christ love us? Christian would say Christ loved us because he died for our sins. That is the main thing of love. That is the main focus of love. Is to put your life on the line for your brother. And we do that quite often. Brotherhood is our weapon. And that brother don't have to worry about dying when he's around me, because I'll take that bullet. I'll take everything. That's what brotherhood is. Instead of hopping up on the phone, which is not the worst idea, and recording the issue, you should more like try to save that brother's life. Put your whole life in harm's way. You know what I'm saying? You seen that cop on George Floyd's neck. You seen it. And it was a good thing for you to record, because now the whole world sees it. But what would have been better is if you pushed that tiny Asian cop out the way and then push that cop off of George Floyd. Yeah, you would have got arrested, or you probably would have ended up with a knee on your neck. But that mild momentary distraction would have gave George Floyd another breath of life. And by then, everything, who knows where it could have went by then. You know what I'm saying? Police officers, supervisors might come around and they ain't going to act out of line around them. You know what I'm saying? Ambulances, more people. Crowd would have got bigger. Then George Floyd would still be alive today. George Floyd would still be alive today. You know what I'm saying? So, willing to put your life on the line is the absolute definition of what love is. But let's continue. By this, verse 35, by this shall all men know that ye are my disciples, if ye have love one to another. That's how you know, like, I know a lot of people are coming into this new, not fully understanding what's what, who's who. They're seeing all these other Israelite groups, and you try to assess why there's so many Israelite groups in your head. You might be asked, you might have a million questions, right? But let me give you a clue. Let me give you a hint real quick. Christ just said, by this shall all men know that ye are my disciples. So he gave you a clue on how to know who is actually that body of Christ is. Is that ye love one another. These other groups are breaking up, splitting off. Now you have 300 Israelite groups teaching 300 different doctrines. That's one way. They didn't have the love to stay together. They didn't have the love to keep their body intact. So what they do, they just splinter off. Us in the ISUPK, we're going to stay in the ISUPK. And if they do decide to leave, guess what? They will never end the ISUPK. We are that one body. We are the home of the truth. And all you have to do is just be around us. Come to a class. Come to a high holy day. Come to an event. You know what I'm saying? Just be around us and see how we have love for each other. That's how you know who the disciples of Christ is, right? By the love we show one another. You know what I'm saying? We don't have people in here killing the women that's in the school. Other groups have that. Not here. We don't have people in here unaliving children in our school. Other people have that. We don't. You know what I'm saying? We don't have outsiders, aka Gentiles, aka heathens in our organization. Other groups may have. Know why? Because those other groups ain't that one body. Only ISUPK is that one body. Everybody else is just spin-offs. And you know, spin-offs are never as good as the original. You know what I'm saying? So that's how you know who that one body is right there. Christ gave you that clue. He gave you the layup, right? He gave you that layup. But let's drop that. Let's get let's go back to Matthew. Let's go back to Matthew. Let's go to chapter 5. I believe it's 30. All right. Nope, it's not 30. It's 31. And it goes down further. But start at 31, right? All right, let's get Matthew. Actually, no. 5. I ain't typing nothing. Hold on. Matthew 5 and 22. Yep. All right, so read along with me if you're there, right? Matthew chapter 5, verse 22. But I say unto you, whosoever is angry with his brother without a cause shall be in danger of the judgment. Ask yourself, who should ever be angry with his brother without a cause? What does that mean? That means you have no real good reason to be angry with your brother. What reason are you really giving? What? He stepped on your sneakers? He's wearing your sneakers? What? He slept with your woman? Well, what did he do? What did your brother do? He stole $5 from you? What good reason do you actually have to be angry at your brother? I'll let you come up with it. And may the Lord be with you when you're angry at your brother for whatever reason you may think is a good enough reason. Because the problem is most of the time, it's not a good enough reason. It's not. So those who are angry with their brother without a cause, guess what? They are in danger of the judgment. What's the judgment? The judgment, judgment can be many things. But you don't want to fall into the hands of the Most High. That's what it is. That's the bottom line of it. Shalom, Yahweh Hashem, Yahweh Shabbarakatha. You really don't want to fall into the hands of the Most High. So you being angry with your brother for whatever reason that you may think is good, whatever weirdo reason you might have, just know it better be good enough. Because 99 out of 10 times, it mostly is something petty. You're mostly angry about something petty, something trivial, something that is easily fixed. So you got to consider, why are you really angry with your brother? But let's continue reading. And whoever shall say to his brother, Rakah, shall be in danger of the council. Rakah is basically like saying he has no value, he's worthless, he's trash, he's, you know what I'm saying? It's lowering your brother's value. You know what I'm saying? And this is what you need to understand. The value of a brother, aka the brotherhood, is immeasurable. Brotherhood is what kept us alive all the way to this day. Brotherhood kept us alive through Jim Crow. Brotherhood kept us alive through slavery. Brotherhood kept us alive through all the hell that our enemy put us through. So don't try to diminish your brother's value. Don't ever try to diminish that, because it's simply, remember what Christ said. That's how you know who the followers of Christ are. That's how you know who the real Christians are. That's how you know who his disciples are. The Christian church ain't his disciples. You know what I'm saying? Let's continue with it. But whosoever shall say, thou fool, shall be in danger of hell fire. Understand this. The disrespect that you show to your brother unjustly, for whatever reason that you may think that is good enough too, it's definitely going to put you in the Most High's wrath. The Most High's wrath is going to devour you. It's going to, believe me, this thing's worse than death that you can go through just because you decided to be angry with your brother instead of fixing the problem civilly. You know, there's cats in the world that I know that would sleep with their homie's woman over something trivial. Now, what you think the Most High going to do with brothers like that? Brothers like that are the ones that get set up by women and end up getting robbed and shot and killed. Because they're just little freak boys. They're just little nasty people that just looking for vagina. You know what I'm saying? But let's drop that. Let's get let's go to Luke 6:31. This is one of the most basic building blocks of life right here. This is one of the basic building blocks of life. Luke 6:31. This is one of those things that you've been hearing since you was a child. Question is, did you follow it? Question is, did you adhere to it? Now let's see if everybody has heard this at least once in their life, right? Luke chapter 6, verse 31. As ye would that men should do to you, do ye also to them likewise. Who heard that before? Have you heard that before? Should I say it to you in layman's terms? Treat people how you want to be treated. That's a basic building block of life. Our grandmama told us that. Keep your hands to yourself because you don't want nobody hitting you. You know what I'm saying? And this is important because the simple fact is, you as a man, if you got daughters, do you want any man sleeping with your daughter? While she's a minor, of course. Would you want that? Then why would you do that to another man's daughter? That's how you end up in jail. That's how you end up being R. Kelly's. You know what I'm saying? Do you want people selling drugs to your mama? Selling drugs to your kids? You know what I'm saying? Making your mama have to choose between rent and her addiction. And most of the time, the addiction wins. You see, some brothers ain't even ready to give up weed yet. So you know the addictions are always going to trump rent. Do you want people doing that to you and yours? So don't do it to other people. This is just basic building blocks of life. You don't want nobody sleeping with your woman. You don't sleep with nobody else's woman. There's plenty of single sisters out there. Go sleep with them. Go try to build some type of relationship and foundation with them. Don't be trying to take a woman from another man. That's borderline suspect anyway. That's real fishy. That's real rainbow flaggish. You know what I'm saying? So why would you want to do that to other people if you don't want it done to you? Very simple. It's not very difficult concept to grasp. You know what I'm saying? It's not very difficult to grasp. And let's drop that. Let's get John 15 and 12. Let's go back to John. I stay doing that, man. I need to get rid of hotkeys, man. John 15 and 12. If you dare read along with me, Shalom, 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 Taiwan. I mean, Tamayam. No, it says Taiwan. I can't see. But Shalom. But let's get it. John 15, verse 12. This is my commandment, that ye love one another as I have loved you. This is Christ speaking to his disciples again, letting them know that this is what he's telling them to do. This is an order. Y'all got to look out for each other. Y'all got to love each other. You know what I'm saying? This is an order. This is something that you have to do. Why you think Paul wrote all those letters? Just the fact he wrote those letters to his brothers is showing you that he cared about them. He was looking out for them. He was teaching them, guiding them. You know what I'm saying? Let's continue. That ye love one another as I have loved you. Like, once again, you got to assess, how has Christ loved us? Christ died for them. That's the main one. Everybody knows that. But Christ taught them, guided them, counseled them. You know what I'm saying? That's how Christ loved them. He looked out for them. He was a father to children. You know what I'm saying? He was he was the father to them. He treated them like, you know what I'm saying? They were his brothers, basically. He looked out for them. So we got to do the same for each other. We got to be willing to put our life down on the line for each other, like the men in the ISUPK do. The men in the ISUPK are willing to die for Black, Hispanic, and Native people. And not just that, council, ISUPK councils, men and women of the Black, Native, and Hispanic nation. You know what I'm saying? We teach. Just like Christ taught. We do everything that Christ did for our people. But you got to understand that's how we're going to get Black Wall Street. It ain't reparation. Reparation ain't going to do it. It's loving each other and taking care of each other, looking out for each other like Christ ordered us to do. It was a straight up and down order. Now, are you going to follow it or not? I know we just had that last verse, and a lot of y'all don't even know if y'all follow what your grandmother told y'all. Treat people like you want to be treated. Y'all, a lot of y'all ain't even do that. That's the point of the ISUPK, to teach you how it's done, to be an example on how it's done. You know what I'm saying? Let's continue. Greater love have no man than this. There's no greater love on the planet than this. Now, what is this? Let's read. That a man lay down his life for his friends. There is no greater love than that. No greater love than putting your life on the line for your brothers, putting your life on the line for your sisters. You know what I'm saying? That is brotherhood. That's how Black Wall Street was built. It wasn't built by using all oppressors' money. Black Wall Street was built by us taking our crumbs and packing them together till we have a cookie. Then we take those little cookies and pack them together till we have a cake. You know what I'm saying? That's how we was able to build it up, by depending and taking care of each other. You know what I'm saying? We couldn't go to the white restaurants back then. We had to go to the black ones, which was cool anyway. I seen this amazing video on TikTok with his brother, who was part of the civil rights movement, was explaining like, yo, he was reminiscing about the first time he was served at a oppressor's restaurant, right? And he said, I went there and it took them forever to serve us. But when the food finally got there, it was the worst meal I ever had. He was like, is this what we fought for? Is this what I almost died for? Was this? The disappointment in his voice was evident. It was evident of the shame that he felt by fighting for so hard and so long to have black people be able to eat at their restaurants, give all our money to them. He's like, I could have stayed in the, black restaurants where the food was better. You know, we cook better than them. Everybody, hell, they know it. But know what they understood? They understood sticking together. So once we was allowed to eat at their restaurants, guess what? They never came to our restaurants. There was no real integration there. All that was assimilation. They assimilated us into their culinary disasters. All that fighting for some raisins and a potato salad. That got to be shameful somehow. Somebody got to feel that hurt. That hurt is painful. You know what I'm saying? But let's drop that. Let's get let's continue one more. Ye are my friends if you do whatsoever I command you. Like we're telling you, following the laws of God is love. And that's basically what he's saying right here, because Christ ain't going to tell you to do something unlawful. He's not going to do that. But let's drop that. Let's get let's go back to Matthew. Let's get Matthew 18. Matthew 18 and I think 20. We'll see. Let me type it in. Let me check first before I type in the wrong one. No, not 20. Start at 21. 21. Even though that 20 is a dope verse, but nah. I'll show that. And if you're there, read along with me. Matthew chapter 18, verse 21. Then came Peter to him and said, Lord, how oft shall my brother sin against me, and I forgive him? Till 7 times? So understand, Peter, he's trying to get some breakdowns. He's trying to get a lesson real quick. So he asked Christ a question, which is something that, if you're a new student, you should always have questions. But he went to Christ like, yo, I got a question. How often should we forgive our brothers? 7 times? Should we give them 7 times? You know what I'm saying? He keeps on stealing, you know what I'm saying? My lunch out the refrigerator, he does it. Been doing it like every day this week. That's a whole 7 times. Every day this week, he been stealing my lunch out the refrigerator. When should I just call it quits and just say, I'm done with this, bro? When should I do that? So Christ was like, let's see what Christ had to say. Verse 22. Yahweh shall say unto him, I say not unto thee until 7 times. Christ was like, I am not telling you to do it 7 times. No, 7 times. No, I'm not telling you that. He said, but until 70 times 7. Gave him a math problem. You could do up the math all you want. 70 times 7. You could do the math, right? But let me tell you something. I don't see how he could offend you 70 times in a day. Never mind times 7. I don't see that happening. So the number is more figurative than literal. It's a figurative number. It means no matter what, you got to keep on forgiving your brother, period. It's not a, you know what I'm saying, metaphor, no. Straight up and down to impossible for a brother to go that high and have that many disrespects in one day, but you just got to forgive him regardless. Forgive your brother. Is it really that serious? Forgive him. Forgive him, forgive him, forgive him. You know what I'm saying? Let's continue. Therefore is the kingdom of heaven likened unto a certain king, which would take account of his servants. Oh, yeah. That's on point, but it's going into something a little deeper. But even the king has to look out for his servants. Even a king has to do that. So don't think that you're too high and mighty to forgive your brother. Don't think that you're too good to forgive your brother. No, you got to forgive your brother till you die. And that's what's going to build back Wall Street. You can't build a black nation while you got an issue with a brother over something trivial. That nation would die instantly. You know what I'm saying? But let's drop that. Let's go to Mark 12 and 31. Mark 12 and 31. Let me type that down there. Well, if y'all got any questions, y'all can type them on in. Mark 12 and 31. All right. Mark chapter 12, verse 31. Matter of fact, let's go up a few. Let's start at 28. Mark chapter 12, verse 28. And one of the scribes came, and having heard the reasoning together, and perceiving that he had answered them well, asked them, which is the first commandment of all? So this scribe, usually scribes and Pharisees and Sadducees be hating on Yahweh. So a lot of times when they ask questions, they basically challenging Christ, trying to make him trip up on his words so they have a reason to slaughter him, right? So this one was actually pretty genuine. So he heard the conversation. He's like, okay, the brother's talking right there. He's saying something. So he came up to Christ and asked, what is the first commandment of all? And Yahweh answered him, the first of all the commandments is, hear, O Israel, the Lord our God is one Lord. What does that mean? There's nobody with him. There's nobody above him. And there's nobody, equal to him. So that Trinity thing out the window, because Christ is saying this right here. Christ is saying this. So that Trinity theory out the door. Christians, stop teaching that Trinity stuff. Because Christ himself said, hear, O Israel, the Lord our God is one Lord, not three. Not three combined into one like Transformers, no. Just one. One entity, period. Verse 30. And thou shalt love thy God, or Salakia, and thou shalt love thy Lord thy God with all thy heart, and with all thy soul, and with all thy mind, and with all thy strength. This is the first commandment. That is the first commandment, is to love God and give it your all. Don't be a coward with it. Don't be half-stepping. Give it your all, right? That's the first one. Recognize that there's only one God and following him. That's the first commandment. Doesn't sound difficult, right? But here's what I'm going to ask you. What did we read earlier? What did we read about what loving God is? What made a lot of these Christian pastors liars? You can't love God without loving your brother. You can't love God without taking care of each other. That's why the Isupk is having food drives and clothes drives, because we love each other. You know what I'm saying? That's how you know we love God. Let's continue. And the second is namely this. Now, he's going to tell you the second. And it's very much like the first one. It is namely this. It's very similar. It's literally the same thing. Thou shalt love thy neighbor as thyself. There is none other commandment greater than these. You got to love your brothers. I know Christians have. See, he said, love your neighbor. Look, I live in the ghetto. I live in Dorchester. None of my neighbors are of the Caucasian persuasion. I'm around nothing but my people. And imagine how it was back then. Israel was completely ruled by Rome. And guess what? They did not have Roman neighbors. Israelites still dwelt around Israelites. You know what I'm saying? So that neighbor theory, thinking that our enemy or the neighbor is somebody of a different race, is false. Because even back then, that was not happening. Everybody dwelt amongst their own people. You know what I'm saying? Let's continue. There is none other commandment greater than these. There's no commandment greater than black love. There's no commandment greater than black love. We love God and love our people. It's very simple. It's very simple. If you're not comprehending it, well, maybe we could talk about it a little further. Maybe we could dialogue. But it's very clear. Black love is the number one commandment. You know what I'm saying? Let's drop that. Let's get Hebrews 13:1. Hebrews 13:1. Let me type it up in the screen. Pop it on the screen. There we go. Hebrews chapter 13, verse 1. Let brotherly love continue. That is very clear. That is very clear, very straight to the point. Let brotherly love continue. Who can have anything bad to say about that? Once you come around the ISUPK and you see what real brotherhood is, what that brotherly love feels like, you will understand why these brothers say let it continue. Because there's nothing greater. There's nothing more beautiful. Why do you think some of our favorite things to do, even in our ignorance, was just be around like-minded people? Just be around like-minded people. Some of y'all like to say just hang on the corner. You know what I'm saying? I don't even think kids do that anymore. You know what I'm saying? Find somebody's porch and just chill on with them all day. Go to the park, play like, yo, we just like, maybe because of us being Black, Hispanic, and Native, that we are very social people. So let brotherly love continue. Because that's just who we are as a nation. Brotherly love that's just us. You know what I'm saying? That's encoded in our DNA. You know what I'm saying? Verse 2. Be not forgetful to entertain strangers, for thereby some have entertained angels unaware. Like, don't be, forgetful. Why is it asking you to don't forget to entertain strangers? Know why? Because we have people to this day that would treat strangers, you know what I'm saying, as if they are lowly trash, you know what I'm saying? They get our oppressors' mind state and start treating the brothers of our nations that they don't know personally like they trash. And you don't know who that might be an angel. That brother that you're treating like trash just might be an angel about to give a report on you to the Most High. You about to go back, like, look, sir. I just asked the sister for $1 to get a burger. She started cussing me out, started putting it on social media. You know what I'm saying? Started kicking me and punching me. And all I asked was for $1. That sister has no love in her heart. She is wicked as can be. You got to remember, some of these things that you're doing, the Most High, He sees it. So don't be treating these strangers of your people dirty. Hell, to be honest, you know what I'm saying? It's not even in us to really treat our enemies like dirt. So why should we treat our own like dirt? We treat our enemies like they are cream of the crop, like they so special. You see a Caucasian homeless person, you do not tell him to get a job. I have not yet seen it. I used to be homeless in the city of Boston for years. And I used to just, you know what I'm saying, after I go to work, chill with other homeless people I know because we got to leave and meet up at this one spot anyway, right? So we can get a bed. And some of the people I knew were panhandlers. One of the coolest people I ever met was a brother that sold he was selling these homeless people's newspapers. And a sister, he just, passing out the newspaper, hoping, because the paper is free, but you hope for a donation. So he giving out the newspaper, and the sister just straight up started cussing him out. I have not seen a Caucasian homeless person get cussed out by a black person. To this day, I have not seen it. It probably does happen. I'm just saying I haven't seen it. You know what I'm saying? Because we are bred to have a certain hatred towards each other, but a certain affinity towards our enemy, which is backwards and asinine. You know what I'm saying? Let's continue. Remember them that are in bonds as bond with them. Like, okay, you went through a struggle yourself. You went through hell yourself. And you see the same people going through the same hell that you went through. Don't look down on them because you made it out. Like, our people got an issue with, like, when they make it out the hood, they just think everybody that's in the hood is worthless. That's part of our problem as a people, because one person and then we think when one person makes it out, hey, the whole nation's all good now. I'm like, no. Ain't that some of the things? When we on the corners in these streets banging on our enemies, and we like to say that nothing changed from back then. And they be like, look at all these billionaires y'all got now. Everything boils down to financials. Okay, look at those billionaires. What are those billionaires doing for our people? At least the billionaires back in the day actually did something and helped build a neighborhood, helped build cities. The billionaires we got today, they don't do that. So what about the billionaires? They nothing. You know what I'm saying? But let's continue. Remember them that are in bonds as bound with them, and them which suffer adversity as being yourselves also in the same body. Like, no, not one of us is greater than the whole nation. Not one of us. No matter how much money you got. Oprah, I'm sorry, you're still black, and you might have a N-word reality check soon. You already had a few of them in your life. Oh man, you had quite a few of them. Yeah, what was the most recent one? She went somewhere without makeup and stuff, and they treated her like she was a nobody. They didn't even recognize she was Oprah. That was her N-word reality check, but guess what? She's still gonna look down on the lowly of us. That woman has enough money to solve all black issues today. Will she do it? Nah, she won't. She absolutely won't. But you're not Oprah. You ain't even got that type of money. You ain't got those type of influences or temptations to turn your heart from your people. But do you? Yeah, you still do. You still do. And that's something that we should never do. We should never forget about what they went through, because most likely we went through it ourselves. And we're not greater than, no matter what we made it out of, we are not greater than anybody. We are one body. You know what I'm saying? Let's continue. Okay. Marriage is honorable in all, and the bed undefiled. But whoremongers, adulterers, God will judge. Why will whoremongers and adulterers be judged? Know why? Because they are causing strife within the body. They are causing division amongst the body. You sleeping with another man's woman, that man's going to want to hurt you. And that's going to cause an issue. That man might actually get to hurt you. Now, your kids, your brothers, they're going to want to do something to him. Boom, back and forth. Now we have darn near, that's how gang wars started. You know what I'm saying? That's how gang wars started right there. You know what I'm saying? But let's talk about the whoremonger. We talked about the adulterer. Let's talk about the whoremonger. Now you out there, you selling women. That's what a whoremonger is. Y'all think whoremonger is just somebody that sleeps with a lot of women? No. See how the Christian church twisted your mind? The word monger just means a purveyor, somebody that sells something. Like a warmonger is somebody that makes money off of war. A whoremonger is somebody that makes money off of. Exactly. So when you do that, and these women that you are a purveyor of, they got fathers, brothers, nephews, sons. They're going to want to react. Remember, there should not be any effeminates and whores in the nation of Israel. So you're causing a problem altogether. And they shall be judged. All right. Verse 5. Let your conversation be without covetousness, and be content with such things as ye have. Like, don't be jealous about what the next brother has, man. That's something that we need to understand as a people. I understand us as a people, we are very competitive and we're very flashy. Especially as Judites, you know what I'm saying? And we got to be content with what we have. Because if we want to get out of this condition, we're going to have to learn to suffer anyway. We're going to have to learn to do without anyway. Y'all could keep on dreaming about reparation. It's never going to happen. So what are we going to have to do? We're going to have to do like we did back in the day before Black Wall Street, be like 3 or 4 generations deep in one house so we could grow as a nation. You're going to have to make some sacrifices. So you're going to have to be content with what the things you got and be content enough to actually sacrifice some things. You know what I'm saying? Let's continue. For he hath said, I will never leave thee, nor forsake thee. Verse 6, so that we may boldly say, the Lord is my helper, and I will not fear what man shall do unto me. Like, that's what we need to understand. The reason why we lost Black Wall Street and the reason why we lost each other as a whole, we lost this brotherhood, is because we feared our enemy. We feared our enemy. We forgot that the Lord was with us. So we was willing to give up everything that we had just to beg them to stop lynching us, stop burning crosses on our Lord, stop provoking fear into our people. We're willing to give up everything just so that call could be answered. And was it answered? No. Everything they were doing to us back then, they're doing to us today. You know what I'm saying? They just modernized it a bit. You know what I'm saying? Let's read that again. So that we may boldly say, the Lord is my helper, and I will not fear what man shall do unto me. That's something that we have to understand as a people. For us to grow, we got to understand that the Lord is with us. For the Lord to be with us, we got to start loving each other, take care of each other, and following his laws like he told us to. Now, once we understand that the Lord is with us, then we'll grow. Then we'll be better. But right now, it's hard to say that when you know that you're breaking God's laws. It's hard to say that when you know that you're not living right in the first place. It's hard to do that. You know what I'm saying? Let's get back with it. Verse 7, remember them which have the rule over you. What does it say? Remember that have the rule over you. Like a lot of Christians like to say that's your slave master. That no. A lot of them would like to say, a lot of these, purple Christian groups would like to say, those are the police. Those are your politicians. No. Christ ain't give nobody rule over us except for each other. And him. And our King Yahweh Shai. Those are the only people that got rule over us. Period. Let's read it from the top. Remember them which have the rule over you, who have spoken unto you the word of God, whose faith follow, considering the end of their conversation. Like, did the police ever speak the word of God to you? How about the politicians? Have they taught you anything according to this book? So it can't be them that this is talking about. It can't be a slave master that this is talking about. No, this is talking about the rank and order that's set and structured in that one body of Christ. Those are the people that have rule and dominion over you. You know what I'm saying? So never forget them. Never neglect them. None of that. Just respect them. That's how you're going to build up a nation. Let's continue. Yahweh Shai Hamashiach, the same yesterday and today and forever. That means there's no change. There's no change in this. What's being said, there's no change in him. There's none. He's the same today, yesterday, and forever. You know what I'm saying? There's nothing. Like God doesn't change. His son doesn't change. And guess what else shouldn't change? Guess what else should never change? You, black man. You, black woman. You should never change. You should stand 10 toes down on this law, statutes, and commandments. Because they are the foundation of our society. They are the cornerstone of our society. You should stand on it and never waver and never change. Just like God don't, just like Christ did. Let's read this verse. Be not carried about with diverse and strange doctrines. Understand this. You're going to have some strange doctrines that pass up. That's going to pass by that might intrigue you. You know what I'm saying? You got doctrines about everybody could be saved. You got doctrines about, our enemies could be in our congregation. Doctrines about, what I'm saying? There's prosperity Hebrews out there. I mean, there's all types of doctrines out here, right? But don't be carried about with diverse and strange doctrine. Understand that this is the meat and potatoes right here. The ISUPK is the meat and potatoes. We are the root. We are the foundation of even them. Even of everybody else. We are the foundation. Because the simple fact is we stand 10 toes down on what we believe in, but they couldn't. So they took what they were taught, twisted it up to their own lust and desires, you know what I'm saying, and built something new. And guess what? You're going to have some brother who ain't that strong in his beliefs hear it, and suddenly it'll make complete sense to him. He wasn't strongly rooted in his doctrine, so in the truth. So he hears something that sounds sweet to his ears, and he's going to go with that. He's going to rock with that. He ain't going to rock with what he's been taught, just like they did. But let's continue. For it is a good thing that the heart be established with grace, not with meats. That's why I'm trying to keep it as milky as I can for y'all. Which have not profited them that have been occupied therein. Like, we got to keep it milky. We got to keep it milky. So you be able to get rooted in this. I could bring out all the deep stuff like some other groups do. Some other groups would bring out all types of deep stuff. They just extra deep with it. You know what I'm saying? But That's why they have break or split offs. That's why they just. That's why they doing unity camps. Because they're not strong in their doctrine. My job is to make sure that my brothers and sisters are strong in this truth. So the lies won't convince them to go the other way. You know what I'm saying? And that's what brotherhood is. That's exactly what brotherhood is. You know what I'm saying? Looking out for each other. Making sure that you don't fall into these traps that they lay in front of you. Brotherhood is teaching you these laws, statutes, and commandments. You know what I'm saying? But let's get with it. Let's go on 1 Peter 2 and 7. Let me type it up on the screen. All right, 1 Peter chapter 2, verse 7. Unto you, therefore, thou believe he is precious. But unto them which be disobedient, the stone which the builders disallowed, the same is made the head of the corner. So what is this saying right here? What is telling you that? That brother that you think ain't crap, that brother that you think don't got no value, guess what? The Most High is going to make him the head cornerstone. He's going to be the one that the whole foundation is built upon. He's going to show you why. He's going to put him in a position where everybody is feeding off his strength. You know what I'm saying? Because you think that you're better than somebody else, that don't mean the Most High won't make that person better than you. The Most High will for sure make that person better than you. Let's read that again. Unto you, therefore, which believe he is a precious. So you believe you're a precious stone. You believe you're a diamond, a ruby, a sapphire. You just believe that you're marble. You whatever precious stones you feel like, amethyst, whatever. You believe you have value, right? But unto them which be disobedient, the stone. But you only think you have value against those who are disobedient, right? Who are unruly, who don't rock with the Most High, right? The stone which the builders disallowed. So the stone that the builders disallowed, the one that y'all think has no value, the same is made the head of the corner. That one becomes the cornerstone. So while you were out there, looking down on brothers, that brother ends up getting raised over you. That brother ends up stronger than you. That brother ends up mightier than you, more useful than you. Don't be hating on your brothers, man. Plain and simple. But bear with me one sec. Let's drop that. Let's get on. Let's get Psalms 133 and 1. This is one of my favorite joints too. I swear, I typed that whole thing and nothing typed. Psalms chapter 133, verse 1. A song of decree of David. Behold, how good and how pleasant it is for brethren to dwell together in unity. You can't dwell together in unity while you're hating on your brothers, man. You can't. You can't dwell in unity like that. But what King David trying to let you know, there's nothing better than dwelling in unity with your brothers. To be of one body, to be of one mind, to be of one, you know what I'm saying, spirit. That is us at the Passover all together. That is us at the Passover. That is us at our events. That is us at parties, at the black party. When we're together, it's just a beautiful thing. You know what I'm saying? Let's drop that. Let's get First John 2 and 9. This is going to be the last scripture of the day, all right? First John 2 and 9. First John chapter 2, verse 9. He that saith he is the light and hateth his brother is in darkness even until now. He that loveth his brother abideth in the light, and there is none occasion of stumbling in him. But he that hateth his brother is in darkness, and walketh in darkness, and knoweth not whither he goeth, because that darkness hath blinded his eyes. You know what I'm saying? That is the bottom line of it right there. Your hatred of your brother and your anger towards your brother is what's going to blind you. You know what I'm saying? It's what's going to have you fall out of this truth. It's what's going to have you go through hell in this world. It's what's going to break you down. You know what I'm saying? So with that, I'm going to end the class. No, I'm not going to end the class yet. Any questions? If there's any questions, type them on in. Give you about a minute, maybe less. If you got any questions, type them on in. All right, no questions. All right. Well, let me put y'all on game. Y'all see right here? That's the Lord's 55th annual Passover, where all you got to do is pay $200 and you get into every event that we're throwing. You get to eat good, party good. You know what I'm saying? Be around brothers and sisters. You know what I'm saying? Mind you, being at the Passover is actually the law, but we understand that we're in hell right now. We're in hell. Some of us got to actually work for our master. Some of us actually got to, you know what I'm saying, do things that we normally, if we was in our kingdom, we wouldn't have to do. You know what I'm saying? But just know, April 20th is going down in Durham, North Carolina. The Passover, Lord 55th Annual Passover, hosted by the Isupk under Commander General Yohana. You know what I'm saying? So get there. We're going to have the Black Party. We're going to have, you know what I'm saying? We're going to have the Slaughter of the Lambs, the live classes taught by General Muhammad. We're going to be getting it in. You know what I'm saying? So, and we're going to have more events than that. Feast of Unleavened Bread. We're going to have a whole bunch of things. So just come on in. We're going to try to be broadcasting live, so those who can attend, you know, at least you'll have something. You'll have something. But I'm gonna close the class with that. If you want to be a trooper in the school, you got to get in the black shirt, black pants, black headbands, and remember, you know what I'm saying, that this is not no love connection type place. If you got an interest in a brother or sister, you know what I'm saying, you got to wait for them to get 6 months so they can get their name and get rid of the woes and the hell of the world out of them. You know what I'm saying? Once they get that out of them, then you can request to court that brother and sister. You know what I'm saying? Then 6 months after that, you can request to marry that brother or sister. You know what I'm saying? And with that, shalom.